Know that feeling when you open your inbox in the morning and it's just overwhelming? Newsletters from every brand you've ever interacted with, updates that you never signed up for, and somewhere in there, buried beneath it all, are those few emails that you actually look forward to reading. The ones that you save for your lunch break or maybe review with your morning coffee. The newsletters that make you think, awesome, they sent a new one, instead of hitting delete before you even open it. Now here's the thing. Those must-read newsletters aren't just lucky, they're strategic. And in this episode of Think Inside the Square, I'm sharing exactly how you can create a newsletter that your subscribers actually look forward to opening. Whether you're planning to launch your first newsletter in 2025 or you're looking to revamp your existing email strategy, you're about to learn some practical tips that will make sure all of your subscribers are eager to read what you have to share next. Welcome to Think Inside the Square, a podcast full of tips and tricks to help you build a website and a business that you're proud of. I'm your host, Becca Harpain, creator of InsideTheSquare.co, and in this episode, we're diving into newsletter strategy, from choosing the right type of newsletter for your business to growing your list with purpose. For a transcript of this episode, along with the links to any resources mentioned, visit InsideTheSquare.co/podcast. This episode is powered by Joey, a coffee alternative that I have been loving lately. My caffeine consumption was getting a little out of control, so I've been trying different coffee alternatives lately, and Joey is my favorite by far. 1 cup in the morning, and I've got steady energy all day and zero jitters. If you want to mix up your morning routine by trying a little less caffeine, visit my affiliate link InsideTheSquare.co/Joey for a discount on your first order. That's InsideTheSquare.co/JOEY. Now, on to the episode. Building an email list isn't just about collecting email addresses. It's about creating connections with real people who want to hear from you. I've been sending an email to my subscribers every week for over 4 years. Yes, I talk about my new content, but I also share tips and tricks, exclusive insights, and exciting new events. This is the main way that I communicate with my community, and I put a lot of thought into those messages. My open rate has stayed consistent between 40 to 45% every single week. And I'm not sharing that stat to brag. My open rate is double the average because I send emails with intention. My goal, first and foremost, is to connect with my community, and that's exactly what we're going to focus on in this episode. We'll be exploring different types of newsletters. I'll talk about choosing the right platform for your newsletter, and most importantly, I'm going to share some of my favorite strategies that you can use to grow your email list with intention. So let's talk about the different types of newsletters that you might want to create. This is so important because the type of newsletter that you choose will influence everything from your content strategy to how often you send your emails. First up, we have the content awareness newsletters. These are like behind-the-scenes look at your business, updates about new products or services, and general news about what you're up to. These are great for keeping your audience in the loop and building on that personal connection. Then there are educational newsletters. These focus on teaching your audience something valuable. Think tutorials, how-to guides, tips that your subscribers can actually use. These newsletters position you as an expert in your field and give your audience a reason to keep opening your emails. Now, the key for an educational newsletter that has a high open rate is consistency. Consistency in both quality and timing. Your subscribers should know that they're getting valuable knowledge every time they open your email, and they should know when to expect your next one. Now, let's talk about paid newsletters because this is a growing trend, especially with platforms like Substack, making it easier than ever to monetize your email list. With a paid newsletter, you're offering exclusive content, deep dives, or special access that your subscribers can't get anywhere else. But here's the thing. Before you jump into paid newsletters, I want you to really understand your audience and what they value enough to pay for. So how do you choose what's right for you? It comes down to 3 key things, and I want to break these down in a little bit more detail because the decision will really shape your newsletter strategy. First, let's think about your audience. What do they want and need from you? This goes beyond just their interest. I want you to think about their habits. Are they a busy professional who needs quick, scannable updates? Are they a fellow business owner who wants a detailed case study that they can learn from? For example, I know that my audience is made up of Squarespace users and business owners who want to stay updated on Squarespace features and learn new techniques. That's why my newsletter focuses heavily on quick tips and tutorial announcements rather than long philosophical discussions about web design. That's what my podcast is for. Now, secondly, let's talk about your content creation capacity. What can you consistently deliver? Consistency is crucial here, and I really mean consistent. I want you to be honest with yourself here. If you're already creating weekly tutorial videos on YouTube, managing client projects, and running a business, maybe a deep dive educational newsletter is not realistic right now. And that's okay. A content awareness newsletter that keeps your audience updated on your existing content might be perfect. You need to choose a format that you can maintain without burning out. Now, the third factor is your business goals. How does this newsletter fit into your bigger picture? Are you using it to drive traffic to your YouTube channel, to sell more templates, to book more clients? Your goals will influence both your newsletter type and your content strategy. For instance, if your goal is to sell more digital products, a hybrid newsletter might work well. Free weekly tips that showcase your expertise with occasional promotions for your paid products. Once you have an idea of the type of newsletter you want to create, let's talk about building a strong foundation with your email list. We've got to start by talking about the platform. There are a lot of email platforms out there, but I want to focus on 3 that I think are worth considering. First up is Flowdesk, which is what I currently use and absolutely love. Their interface is beautiful, it's intuitive, they make it really easy to create visually appealing emails without any design experience. They have a really cool workflow feature as well, which is incredibly powerful for anyone offering lead magnets. You can set up automated sequences that look and feel just as beautiful as your regular newsletters. Plus, now this is a big plus, they offer unlimited subscribers for a flat monthly fee, which is pretty unique in the email marketing world. Most other platforms increase their prices as your list grows, which can get really expensive really quickly. Now, full disclosure, I'm not just a Flowdesk user, I am a Flowdesk affiliate. I love their platform, and I've partnered with them for some content in the past. They have not sponsored this episode of Think Inside the Square, but you can check them out using my affiliate link in the show notes, or just go directly to insidethesquare.co/Flowdesk. That's FLODESK, and you can give them a try. Now, there are some alternatives like Substack, which has become incredibly popular. If you're thinking about launching a paid newsletter, you're going to want to check out Substack. What's really interesting about this platform is that it's more than just email, it's actually a publishing platform with a built-in audience. When you publish on Substack, your content lives on this beautiful, distraction-free webpage that's automatically created for you. Your subscribers can choose to read your content on the web or receive it in their inbox. And the payment processing, it's seamless. They handle all the subscriptions, the payments, they even have some tax things. Now, this is not legal advice, but it's definitely one to check out if you're thinking about doing a paid newsletter. Now, one thing I really love about Substack that I've experienced as a subscriber is their approach to community building. They make it really easy for readers to leave comments and engage with content, which can help create a real sense of community around your newsletter. They also have features like podcast hosting and chat functionality built right in. The platform does take a percentage of your earnings if you charge for subscriptions, but there's no upfront cost to get started, at least not at the time of recording this. I think it's a pretty great option if you're planning to monetize your newsletter, but you don't want to invest a lot upfront. So definitely check it out if you're considering that approach. And of course, if you're using Squarespace for your website, there is Squarespace email campaigns. It integrates directly with the newsletter block on your website. And if you're just starting out, this could be the easiest option. The caveat here is that the pricing is based on how many emails you send, not just your subscriber count. So you want to factor that into your decision. And at the time of recording this, there is not a lot of design flexibility in those emails, and I found it kind of underwhelming for what I was creating, so I moved to Flowdesk. But here's the thing, all of that said, the platform that you choose matters way less than what you do with it. I have seen stunning newsletters created with basic tools and boring newsletters created with the most fancy platforms. What really matters is your welcome sequence and, most importantly, your consistency. So I'm going to take a second here in this episode to talk about your welcome sequence, how you introduce people to your newsletter, because this part can be pretty crucial and a lot of people overlook it. When someone first joins your list, what's the first thing that they receive? Is it just a generic thanks for subscribing message on the page? That, my friend, is a missed opportunity. You should try to send them at least one email to make a great first impression and set clear expectations. When someone joins my email list, they immediately get a welcome email that includes 3 things: a genuine thank you, an introduction about me, who I am, and what I do, details about what they can expect from my newsletter and when, and I like to throw in a quick win, something valuable that they can use right away. Then over the next week, they'll receive an additional email or two with additional value that helps them get to know me and my content better. This approach has worked really well for me. I actually get replies from my new subscribers telling me how helpful these first few emails are, and that's a pretty cool feeling. Now, beyond the welcome sequence, again, that's key to a successful newsletter is maintaining consistency. And when I say consistency, I don't just mean how often you send emails. I mean consistency in your tone, your formatting, and your value delivery. All right, so we've covered the types of newsletters. We talked about setting up that foundation, setting expectations with that welcome sequence. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, how to actually grow your email list. Now, I don't want to just tell you to create a lead magnet and call it a day. I want to talk about a few strategies that can help you attract subscribers who will actually stay subscribed and engaged. Now, I realized I threw out the term lead magnet without defining it. If you don't know what that is a piece of content that you'll send someone in exchange for their email address. It's called a lead magnet because it's supposed to attract leads for your business. Now, the idea here is to create some type of content that has value. I see way too many people creating generic PDFs that don't actually serve their audience. I want you to think creatively here. Think of offering something that solves an immediate problem for your ideal subscriber. A lot of people assume that a PDF is the way to go because it's been the standard for so long, but I'm here to tell you that a lead magnet can be something as simple as text-based content in that initial welcome email. The goal here is that lead magnet will be specific and actionable. Think about the questions your audience is asking, the problems that they're trying to solve. What's something that you could create that would give them a quick win? Is it a template? Is it a checklist? Is it a short video tutorial? Is it just a concept overview that you can throw into a welcome email as a couple of paragraphs that gives them insight they're missing? The format doesn't matter as much as the value it provides. Now, this leads me to my favorite strategy for growing your email list, and that's leveraging your existing content. Every piece of content you create is an opportunity to grow your list. For example, if you're creating YouTube videos like I do, mention your newsletter and what exclusive content subscribers get access to. If you're blogging, include a newsletter sign-up form within your post, not just at the end, but where it makes sense in the content. Now, building on that idea, here's a strategy that's worked really well for me. Create content upgrades for your most popular blog posts or videos. These lead magnets are specifically related to that piece of content. Let me give you an example here, a very recent one. I just published a tutorial about creating a gradient overlay for a page section. Guess what I made to go with it? A guide to creating gradient codes. That lead magnet is an extra piece of info that can help people take my tutorial to the next level. It's not necessary, but if they already like my style and they want to dig into some more creative ideas, this is something I can offer to bring them into my community. Cross-promotion is another powerful strategy that often gets overlooked. Find other creators in your space who serve a similar audience but aren't direct competitors. You can collaborate on content that benefits both of your audiences, or even do a newsletter swap where you share about each other's newsletter inside the content of your own. Now, there's one more strategy I want to share with you that's been really effective for me, and that's hosting virtual events or workshops. When I launch a new feature on my website or release a new course, I often host a live walkthrough or a Q&A session that's exclusively for my email subscribers. I'll announce these events on social media and on YouTube, but the only way to attend is to be on my email list. This creates a sense of FOMO and gives people a concrete reason to subscribe. Plus, these events help build community and give my subscribers a chance to interact with me directly. I want the people inside my email list to feel special. I want them to have exclusive access to content that I've created, and creating this strategy has been really helpful for that. When I did my big website relaunch in October, I let my email subscribers access my website content 48 hours before anyone else. That level of exclusivity helped me grow my email list because I promoted it on my YouTube channel, in my YouTube community, and on my Instagram account. I encouraged people to sign up for my email list so they could join the exclusive launch party and see the new content before anyone else did. So speaking of social, let's talk for a second about social proof, because this is huge for building trust with your subscribers. When someone's deciding whether or not to join your email list, they want to know what they're getting into. You can share testimonials from your subscribers, specific comments about how your newsletters have helped them. I'll occasionally share a screenshot of replies that I get from my subscribers, with their permission, of course, because it shows the real value that people are already getting from my emails, and that can encourage new people to sign up. Now, I've shared a lot of strategies and ideas in this episode, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Instead, I want you to take one simple but powerful step today. Write down your newsletter's purpose in one sentence. Not just what you're going to write about, but why you're writing it. For me, that sentence is to build genuine connections with my community while sharing valuable insights they can't get anywhere else. Your purpose might be completely different, but having this level of clarity will guide everything else you do. This single sentence will help you choose the right type of newsletter, pick the right platform, and create content that really resonates with your audience. When you're clear on your purpose, the other pieces will start falling into place naturally. Everything else, the welcome sequence, the lead magnets, the growth strategies, they're all important, but they won't be effective if you're not clear on that fundamental purpose. Start here with that single sentence, and you will be amazed at how much easier the rest of your newsletter journey becomes. The key to success is not doing everything at once. It's starting with intention and being consistent. Your newsletter will be a direct line to your community. Every email you send is an opportunity to help someone, to teach something valuable, or to make someone's day just a little bit better. That is the real power of email marketing. It's not just about growing numbers. It's about growing relationships. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Think Inside the Square. If you found this helpful, I'd love to have you join my own email list at insidethesquare.co/email. Thanks again for tuning in, and most importantly, have fun with your website. Bye for now.